Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarotbybronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx. And I am here to take care of the Geminis. Gemini placements. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Gemini as a sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. So, hi, Geminis. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Did I say that already? I don't even remember. Gemini. But I woke up with you guys on my mind. So we're going to tap into your energy and see first what you need to surrender for the month of May. Gemini, please. Sun, moon, Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. It didn't come out, but it almost did. Gemini. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. What Gemini needs to surrender for May. What else? One more card. All right, that's it. The first card to come out for you was Surrender Worry. What are we worried about, Gemini? What are we worried about? Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. I know that Geminis tend to be worry-warts sometimes. Gemini and Virgos are like the most anxious, in my opinion. With me being a Virgo, me knowing a lot of Geminis, both of us have different things that we get really worked up about or worried about. Like, our minds are just going. So do your best to try throughout the day to slow down those thoughts. If you are a type of person that tends to get worried quickly, or you're a very anxious person, try not to live your life like that day to day. Try to find different strategies, try different things, look up resources to see how you can slow your mind down. Next, you have surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. So recognize that your quirks or the things that you might not really like about yourself are still part of who you are, which makes you unique, which makes you magical. So embrace those things, amplify those things, glorify those things. And remember that you are magical, that you are unique, and nobody can do what you do the way you do it. Surrender defensiveness. Y'all have had this card before. Not last month. I think it was the month before. So defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So whenever you have a conversation with people and you're tempted to get defensive about what they're trying to tell you, or if they're trying to help you, or if they're trying to give you advice, and you're just like, you know what defensive means, like you're just like, like I don't need your advice, I don't need your help, or you get, angry. That's a sign that something is not quite healed, or that's like a touchy subject for you. So you want to think about the root of that defensiveness, why you feel the need, like why something feels like an attack, even if it's not. All right, so let's move on. Let's see what angel messages we have for Gemini. What signs Gemini will be receiving in May from their angels, their spirit guides, crossed over loved ones. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What are the signs they'll be seeing? Okay. What are the signs they'll be seeing? Hat. Table. You could have Taurus placements, or Taurus is significant to you because they also have the table. So y'all don't have any angel numbers here, but you have the belt. The belt card, punish. Oh, I feel like this belt is in regards to more so like symbolism in your dreams, like especially these things, these types of symbolisms, because angels speak in symbols. So the belt, punishment, if you have dreams about belts or something about a belt is significant to you, or becomes significant to you in May, it's about some type of punishment, whether this is you're inflicting a punishment on yourself. Maybe you're beating yourself up about something, or you're punishing somebody else for something that they've done. And this is a sign, or this is something to acknowledge about that. It might not make sense yet, but give it time, give it time. Table gathering. A coming together of some kind is going to be significant. You know, for some of you, the stay-at-home orders are lifting, so you will be able to go out and see people, which will be important, or a gathering, a table, symbolism in that way. And then hats. You could be a hat person, have a hat collection, like hats, see hats often, different types of hats, see hats in your dreams, but hats represent roles. So you could be stepping into a new role in your life. This could be auntie, this could be sister, this could be mother, father, whoever, lover, hats. All right, so that's what you guys have there for the signs you'll be receiving in May. All right, Gemini, let's get into the meat. Let's get into the meat. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is going on for Gemini in this current moment? What's the overall energy for Gemini? I can't shuffle today. The cards won't shuffle. What's the energy for Gemini, please, Spirit? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Gemini right now. Nothing. No, kidding. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's the energy for Gemini? Two of Pentacles. That's the only card that came out. I need to spray one more time because y'all might have some resistance there. Two of Pentacles. Juggling different things, weighing the options, pros and cons. Why is the Two of Pentacles here for Gemini? I feel like y'all are keeping busy. Regardless if you can go out or not, you're just like, I'm going to find something to do. Gosh darn it. Two of Pentacles for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus right now. Gemini, Eight of Cups. Wow, Gemini, y'all are quiet. Only one more card came out. Two of Pentacles. So this is the energy that y'all are in. Two of Pentacles clarified by the Eight of Cups. Many of you are weighing the pros and cons about if you should stay somewhere or if you should leave. Eight of Cups is about leaving, walking away, finding fulfillment elsewhere, finding happiness in another direction, in another place. So many of you could be just up and down. Like one minute you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move out. I'm ready to change my job. I'm ready to leave this connection, whatever. But then you're like, okay, what's the good parts about this? What's the downside about this? That's the energy that y'all are giving off right now. What else for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please? Talk to me, y'all. Why y'all so quiet? Something is wrong. A Gemini that's quiet, something is wrong. Why y'all not talking? Geminis. Here, yeah, some of you don't feel like yourself. Here you are right here, the Lovers. This is the Gemini card right here in reverse. Tell me more, please. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the current energy. Tell me more for Geminis. That was too many cards. The Devil. The Devil. The Seven of Swords reverse. Y'all got some heavy energies there. All right. So Lovers in reverse. You could definitely be feeling out of your element in some way, or feeling disconnected from other people, disconnected from other connections, or you're trying to make a decision, trying to make the best choice for you about your relationships or about a connection. I'm gonna look into this Devil energy here. This Devil card has been coming out more. I feel like since Taurus season started, or I don't know if it's Taurus season necessarily or Venus retrograde, but the obsessions are more likely or higher, or the overindulgence of things, or the attachments, the unhealthy attachments. So be careful about where your unhealthy attachments might lie, or your control, your need for control. we all have a place where we try to hold on to our control in our lives. Everybody does. It doesn't mean that it's bad necessarily, but it means that we have to work a little bit harder not to get too attached or too obsessed in that way. Capricorn energy right here. So the Devil card, I'm gonna put that to the side because I want to look more into that. The Hangman. You have the Hangman. I just pulled this for Aries yesterday. You could be dealing with a Aries, a Gemini, or a Pisces, or you have those placements in your chart. But y'all are in this period of waiting too. You're waiting, or you're comfortable with just waiting around to see what happens, or you could be being forced to wait and see what happens with the situation. And then you have the Seven of Swords in reverse. Some type of self-deception. So let's look at the Devil card for you guys. The Devil card for Gemini. What is this? Could be an unhealthy attachment, obsession. The Devil card for Gemini. What is this in regards to, please? The past. Six of Cups. Huh. Tell me more about the Devil card. The Devil card for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And the Seven of Swords in reverse. So the Devil card was clarified by the Six of Cups. I feel like some of you guys wish that you could change the past. Let me see. Okay. The Devil card clarified by the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse. That's why I feel like you guys want to change the past, or you have this obsession or this tie or this strong attachment to the past or the way things used to be, or maybe you're focused a lot on reconciliation, or this could be your childhood that you have a lack of clarity. It's something that you have a lack of clarity about in regards to something that is behind you. Something that is behind you. Okay. So you have that, and then you have the Seven of Swords in reverse clarified by the High Priestess in reverse. There's an issue here with either self-denial, self-deception, and you guys ignoring your intuition in some way. Maybe there's a situation that you're actually supposed to speak up about. The Ace of Swords in reverse, High Priestess in reverse, but y'all are here in this energy. The Hangman and the Strength card, Leo now here, where you're doing a lot of holding back. So first, the energy is all over the place, Gemini. It's just everywhere. It's just everywhere. So let's look deeper into see what's going on with you guys, because I don't have a firm grasp on y'all's storyline yet. Where's my cards? Oh. What's going on for Gemini? So what's going on, Gemini? Let's look at single Geminis, then Geminis involved with someone else or other people. Then we'll look at the general energies. Single Geminis in May. What's the energy for single Geminis? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in May. The Nine of Swords. Single Geminis in May. The Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Single Geminis in May. Ooh. Single Geminis, are y'all okay? Single Geminis. Okay, single Geminis. Nine of Swords, first card out. Anxiety. Maybe you're very much worried about your love life. Worried about where it's going, what's to come from it. Or if you're missing somebody or thinking about somebody, or there's just anxiety in regards to love in May. I feel like there's something that you really want to say, which is why it's bothering you, because communication is very important for y'all, for air signs in general. But Gemini, especially, like y'all, when y'all can't communicate something, whether it's to the person directly or somehow let it out, I know it drives you guys crazy. So Knight of Swords in reverse, I feel like you really do want to rush in and say something to somebody, or you really want to talk about something or clear the air, or even maybe reconcile. Three of Swords in reverse. You want to express all swords here. You also have the Ten of Swords. Swords, 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 swords. So this is communication, mental blockages, but something is causing you a lot of anxiety, and you're trying to still heal from it, or trying to heal from something, an ending or a finalized ending that happened with somebody. 10 of Swords, single Geminis in May. Something is like, there's like a, put a fork in it, it's done, like it's ending. But that doesn't, just because it's the 10 of Swords, it doesn't mean that something always ends painfully. It just means that it's an ending of how things used to be. So, you know, you can probably expect that type of energy for May for you guys. And anxiety causing this because you're not able to talk to somebody, or you feel like you can't say what you need to say. That's the energy for single Geminis. What about the Geminis who are dealing with somebody in May? What about the Geminis who are dealing with somebody in May already? So got the 7 of Swords in reverse at the bottom. Let's see. I feel like there was confusion with your connection here. The Moon card in reverse, or with your connections. Moon card in reverse, things were unclear, but clarity nonetheless is here. The full moon in Scorpio will be on May 7th. Venus goes retrograde on May 13th. Fact check me, somebody, on that in the comments. But yeah, so you can expect more clarity to come after the full moon passes on the 7th. If you have been confused about what exactly is going on in your connection, you could be dealing with a water sign or a fire sign. You both could be 2 women in the connection, or 2 feminine energies. Not necessarily, but yeah. You have the 4 of Wands in reverse. So I feel also like things might get a little bit rocky because you have 4 Wands to the 5 of Wands upright, but 4 Wands in reverse. So there's gonna be a little rift in the stability portion of it. Maybe you guys are a little bit on different pages when it comes to what makes you both feel stable in the connection. And then that's where these Wands are coming from here, or some issues that you guys tried to get away from in the past kind of resurface with the 6 of Swords in reverse. So, you know, not too easy for either of you guys, single Geminis or dealing with other people, or it's complicated. It still seems like it's going to be a little challenging for y'all with Venus going retrograde in your sign. Okay, let's look at any more general messages for Gemini, please. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What else can Geminis expect? My cat is looking at me. What else? He's a Gemini. That's why he's looking, I guess. He's like, I don't want that. What else can Geminis expect? Geminis, 4 of Cups in May. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What else can Geminis expect in May? I'm sorry, y'all. When I record early, like in the day, because it's early here, my voice just goes in and out. All right, so first we have the 4 of Cups here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the Page of Cups in reverse. Anything else for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the rest of May? Hermit in reverse. Death card, the Tower. Just chill out. Like, it was cool at first. It was kind of like, you know, light, but then it got wild. So let's break it down here. 4 of Cups came out first. You guys could definitely be dealing with an Aries or have Aries placements, because I swear that they had the same card that came out first. Maybe. I don't remember. But something like that. 4 of Cups. I think that y'all are just really getting kind of bored, or just disinterested in life, or disinterested in things. Like you want more. You're trying to find more for yourself, or you're just not satisfied where you're at right now, or what offers you're being given. So that's the energy that y'all are embodying. However, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are moving. Things are turning. So if you're like, oh my gosh, this is just so stagnant, this is boring, this is not moving, it's going to start moving again real soon, Gemini. So try to be patient like that. Hangman in reverse. You are moving out of that you know, that just stalemate type of energy. But the Hangman is, things are happening with that, when that happens there. Okay, I feel like it'll be slow nonetheless, Knight of Pentacles, but it is going to be moving. Now, you have the Hermit card in reverse. So coming out of Hermit mode, coming out of the isolation, removing yourself from that. However, you have the Death card, and then you have the Tower card. Like they came out together, like back to back. And I just don't, I need to clarify that. Virgo and strong Scorpio energy here. Why is the Tower here for Geminis, please, in May? The Tower. Y'all are the first card for May. I mean, the first sign for May so far to receive the Tower. Tell me about the Tower for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for May. The Tower. Oh. The Tower. What? I'm sorry, y'all. Like, the energy is just so mixed. Like, it's like a good, I'm like, is it a good tower or is it not a good tower? All right, let me clarify the Death card, and that'll be it. Then we'll move on. The Death card for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is slowly changing or ending? The Death card. Oh. You still got this Ten of Swords at the bottom. Y'all have a strong energy of endings. Endings are the strongest energy in y'all's reading right now. Geminis. So the Gemini, I mean, the Death card was clarified by the Justice card upright. I'll expect a lot of like karmic types of situations to come up, or like fated events, especially while Venus is retrograding in Gemini. If you're a Gemini Sun or Rising, geez, I can't remember what house Venus is hitting for you guys. Oh, it's your first house. Your first house. So you're going to be going through this shedding of yourself. You're not going to feel like yourself 100%. You're going to feel like, okay, who the heck am I? Really, like that's what you're going to be feeling. Who am I really at my core? That's what you're going to be feeling. You're not sure. You want to change up stuff about yourself. You want to do something different. You don't know. But that's this Death card energy. You're shedding your old self and really going into your new self. This Tower, breaking away old patterns, old beliefs, old thoughts. Now, for you guys, this is going to bring up a few different things, which is why I feel like this Tower is here, why I'm so confused. First, it could bring up feelings of loss and regret for you very suddenly. Feelings of disappointment in yourself, how you treated others or how others treated you. That's the first thing that it's going to bring up, this Tower. It's going to bring up good things as well, though, because it's going to bring up the World card. It's going to kind of push you in the direction of seeing what you need to feel whole within yourself or in your circumstances, or it's going to bring you like this new cycle, you know, leaving the old behind. 10 of Swords. You got the 8 of Cups under that. So you're definitely having some final endings in your life. So whatever ends during this period, most likely during the retrograde, like from May to like the end of June or something like that, it's most likely going to be final for you guys. Okay, but it's also going to lead you to some nice happiness. It's going to show you where you've been trying to escape from, like what you've been escaping from in your life. 6 of Swords in reverse, but it is going to lead you to your happiness, which is the Tower, what it was showing. But the first card was the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like it's going to break down anything that was blocking you from this 10 of Pentacles, anything that was stopping you, whether it's yourself stopping you. If it was you stopping yourself, that's going to be revealed to you. If it was somebody else stopping you, that's going to be revealed to you. Whatever was stopping you from getting to your fullest potential, from reaching your abundance that you're trying to acquire, it will be knocked down. It will be knocked over, and it will end. Death card. That's it. That's all. We spent too much time on that storyline. Okay, Gemini. So that's what you guys can expect. That's that on that. Let's look at the advice. What's the advice for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please, for May? What's the advice for Geminis? a lot of pentacles. Y'all are definitely wanting to focus on money, maybe more than usual. Five of Cups. Yeah, so you have the 5 of Ariel, 5 of Raphael, 8 of Ariel. 5 of Ariel says, you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. So try to focus on your thoughts, Gemini. Don't get too wrapped up in, you know, beliefs in scarcity or thoughts, negative thoughts about yourself, attaching those to yourself. 5 of Ariel, 5 of Pentacles. Loss, scarcity, mindset, abandonment. 5 of Cups. Again, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. So I do feel like this regret is going to come up for you guys strongly over May. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be like some self-awareness. Like, y'all are really going to get self-aware, or like something is going to trigger this and you're going to be like, wow, like, you know, just doing some reflecting on yourself heavily about, you know, where you could have done better, like what, you know, didn't work for you. Like, you know, do expect these anxieties, these worries, these regrets to come up, but don't be too hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. That's where that's coming from, I think. Punish. Because I feel like you guys are going to be mad at yourselves, or you're going to like want to punish yourself because you're like, dang, why did I mess this up? Why did I ruin this? I could have did this better. I could have fixed this. You don't need to beat yourself up anymore, Gemini. It's fine. It's fine. 5 of Cups. Well, it's not fine. It's not right, but it's okay. You know what I mean? So try not to beat yourself up. Try to accept it and grow from it. 8 of Pentacles. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. So that's what you got there, Geminis. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But know that everything happens for a reason. Whether it was you did whatever you did. Some things you can fix, you know. But if you know you can't fix it, or if you haven't tried to fix it, well, if you tried to fix something, good. And, you know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At least you can say you tried. But if you try and it's still nothing you can do, or you can't literally go back and change it, you just have to learn from whatever this is. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Children. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Anything else? Deception. All right, I'm going to pull from those and I'm going to pull from these at the same time so I can put them all together and see what comes out. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please. Oh! Gemini. So you guys have awakening. Both people in this connection are undergoing spiritual transformations. You have vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. So if there's somebody on your mind you really want to be vulnerable with, you want to open up to, because I feel like somebody's wearing a mask, and this could be you, Gemini. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Somebody is not being their most vulnerable self, but I just saw like hair fly. But if this is you, you can be completely open and vulnerable with somebody. Whether this is somebody that's coming in, which it very well could be, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Or somebody that you're already connecting to, which could be also very likely. Here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. So for some of you guys, this person is somebody that you know. The person that you are supposed to be with. Whether you end up with them or not is free will, of course, but there is somebody that you're supposed to be with. And you could know who this is already. Intuition. You already know the answer you seek. And then balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship. So just kind of like like Taurus had, balance is important in y'all's relationships. Okay. Last but not least, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yes. I feel like y'all really want to know if I feel like y'all really are trying to figure out, yes, whatever the answer is that you're looking for, the answer is yes. If you're like, dang, is this somebody that I'm supposed to be with? Is this my person? Is this, should I do this? Yes, yes, yes. I mean, what? Yes, no, yes, no, yes. Whatever the decision you're trying to make, or you're trying to understand who a person is to you, or if you should do something in regards to somebody else, yes. And you already knew that answer was a yes. So stop playing like you ain't know. You knew. In the near future. In the near future, I don't know. Something y'all got to do, or something that's coming to fruition, but you already know the answer that you're looking for. Whether you want to believe it or want to see it or not, the answer is yes. Yes, I hope that makes sense to you guys. Okay, so that's all that I have here for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I love you guys. I will be finishing these on my Patreon. I have not started the extended monthly readings yet, but I'm going to get started. All right, that's it, Gemini. I've talked your heads off enough. If this reading resonated for you, let me know down in the comments down below. I am at Tarotbybronx on everything.